Ready? Start. This appeal suit has been filed as against the judgment and decree dated 18/6/2012 in OS number 12 of 2007 passed by the District Court at Tiruvannamalai, thereby dismissed the suit for partition full stop para. The appellants are the plaintiffs and the respondents are the defendants full stop. For the sake of convenience, the parties are referred to as per their ranking in the trial court full stop para. The case of the plaintiff is that she is one of the daughters of the first and second defendants and the defendants 3 to 5 are her brothers and sister full stop. The first defendant purchased the suit property from the income derived from the joint ancestral property full stop. Thereafter, due to his bad habit, he had borrowed huge amounts from outsiders and also from the sixth and seventh defendants herein full stop. However, due to default, the sixth and seventh defendants filed a suit full stop. The suit filed by the sixth defendant was decreed full stop. Pursuant to the initiation of execution proceedings, the eighth defendant purchased the suit property full stop. While ordering delivery of possession of the suit scheduled property, the plaintiff came to understand about the earlier suit and filed a suit for partition full stop para. Resisting the same, the defendants 2 to 5 filed their written statement stating that the first defendant is working as a physiotherapist full stop. He never evinced any interest in the welfare of the family full stop. In fact, he was absent for several months in his work spot and due to drinking, he was admitted into hospital full stop. Therefore, they are also assailing with the plaintiff and sought for partition of the suit property full stop para. The sixth defendant filed a written statement stating that the suit has been engineered by the first defendant in the name of his daughter to stall the execution proceedings in EP number 55 of 2001 in OS number 348 of 1998 full stop. The first defendant borrowed a sum of rupees 3 lakh in 3 installments for the purpose of discharging his family debts and for construction of house in the suit property and executed a mortgage deed in favor of the sixth defendant, on 16/5/1997 full stop. Therefore, the sixth defendant filed a suit in OS number 348 of 1998 and a preliminary decree was passed full stop. On the strength of the preliminary decree, the sixth defendant filed EP number 55 of 2001, in which the seventh defendant filed a claim application which was allowed full stop. Ultimately, the suit scheduled property was auctioned for a sum of rupees 15,10,000, on 28/2/2007 and the property was purchased by the seventh defendant full stop. The court auction purchaser is also a proper and necessary party and the seventh defendant was impleaded as a party to the suit full stop. That apart, the suit property was a self-acquired property of the first defendant full stop. He had purchased the said property out of his own income as physiotherapist. Therefore, the plaintiff is not entitled for any share in the suit property full stop para. The seventh defendant stated that the first defendant is the judgment debtor in OS number 299 of 1997 full stop. The suit property was purchased by the first defendant out of his own income full stop. In order to put up construction, the first defendant approached the seventh defendant for loan, by depositing the original documents and also created mortgage in favor of the seventh defendant full stop. Therefore, he had committed default in payment of mortgage debts full stop. Therefore, the seventh defendant filed a suit in OS number 299 of 1997, on the file of the subordinate court, Tiruvannamalai, full stop. The said suit was decreed and a preliminary decree was passed on 24/3/1998 and final decree was passed on 4/8/2000, full stop. Pursuant to the final decree, the seventh defendant filed an execution petition in REP number 49 of 2006 for bringing the suit property for sale, full stop. The suit property was purchased by the eighth defendant in the court auction, full stop. Therefore, the plaintiff is not entitled for any relief, full stop.